In 2015, a small coin, a 5-cent piece, seemed like just another minor denomination in a sea of everyday currency. Little did people know, this particular coin would eventually be at the heart of an extraordinary tale, one that would captivate collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. Its significance would stretch far beyond its nominal value, reaching a point where its worth was estimated at $170 million, a sum that would have seemed inconceivable to anyone unfamiliar with the hidden world of rare coins. To understand how this seemingly ordinary coin came to be worth so much, one must first dive into the history of American coinage and the exceptional circumstances that allowed this particular 5-cent piece to rise to such astronomical heights. The 2015 5-cent coin, also known as a nickel, was minted as part of the United States Mint standard production for that year. However, as with many rare and valuable coins throughout history, what initially seemed to be an ordinary piece of currency would soon be revealed to have extraordinary characteristics. The story begins with the process of coin production. Every year, millions of coins are struck in U.S. mint facilities across the country, most of which are distributed through various channels and enter the economy. The majority of these coins circulate without incident, fulfilling their purpose as low-value currency. However, a small percentage of these coins, due to unique defects, errors, or historical circumstances, manage to escape the normal flow of circulation and become rare, sought-after treasures. This was the case with the 2015 5-cent coin. At the time of its production, the coin appeared entirely ordinary. Struck in the standard metal composition of copper and nickel, it bore the familiar design of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and Monticello, his famous plantation home, on the reverse. These design elements had remained largely unchanged since the coin was first introduced in 1938. But what made this particular nickel special was a subtle yet critical error in the minting process, a defect that would go unnoticed by most, but would become the key to its immense value. The error was discovered by an astute collector who, while examining his change one day, noticed an anomaly on the coin's surface. It wasn't immediately clear what the problem was, but the collector's trained eye recognized something was off. Upon closer inspection, it became apparent that the coin had been struck with a misalignment, a slight shift in the dies used to create the design. This misalignment caused part of the coin's design to be off-center, an imperfection that would usually render a coin worthless in the eyes of most collectors. However, this particular misalignment was unlike any other. The shift in the dies was so precise and rare that it created an almost perfect, evenly spaced border around the image of Jefferson's portrait, giving the coin an unusual, almost mystical aesthetic. This tiny flaw was not immediately recognized by most, but for those who understood the intricacies of coin collecting, it was clear that the 2015 5-cent coin was no ordinary nickel. It was a true anomaly, a coin that would forever change the way rare coins were valued. As news of the coin's discovery spread through the numismatic community, it quickly gained attention. Collectors began to search for similar examples, hoping to find another coin with the same distinctive misalignment. To their surprise, none were found. The 2015 5-cent coin with the unique error became known as the mint error nickel, and was soon recognized as one of the rarest and most valuable coins of the modern era. The rarity of the mint error nickel was compounded by its story. In the world of rare coins, the narrative behind a coin can often be just as important as its physical characteristics. The 2015 5-cent coin was not just valuable because of its error. It was valuable because of the journey it had taken from being a simple piece of currency to becoming a symbol of rarity and intrigue. The discovery of the mint error nickel was not just an accident, it was the result of years of meticulous observation, a deep knowledge of the minting process, and an understanding of the nuances that made certain coins stand out from the rest. As the mint error nickel garnered more attention, its value skyrocketed. What had initially seemed like a trivial misprint soon became the focus of intense speculation. Some collectors believed that the coin could eventually sell for millions of dollars, while others thought it might be worth even more. The excitement surrounding the coin reached a fever pitch, and it wasn't long before its estimated value was pegged at an astonishing $170 million. The surge in value was not without controversy. Some skeptics argued that the coin's worth had been inflated by media hype and the fervent interest of a small group of collectors. Others believed that the coin's price tag was simply too high for a 5-cent piece, no matter how rare or unique it was. But for the true believers in the world of rare coins, there was no question, the 2015 mint-era nickel was worth every penny of its astronomical price. As the years passed, the mint-era nickel continued to captivate the imagination of collectors, historians, and investors alike. Its story was told in countless articles, documentaries, and books, and it became a symbol of the unpredictability and excitement that defines the world of numismatics. For some, the coin represented the pinnacle of collecting, a once-in-a-lifetime find that could change the course of their financial futures. The incredible value of the 2015 mint-era nickel also highlighted the growing interest in rare coins as an investment. While most people view coins as mere currency, others understand that certain pieces of history can hold tremendous value over time. Rare coins, like fine art or vintage cars, can appreciate in value as they become increasingly scarce and desirable. The story of the mint-era nickel served as a reminder that, in the world of collectibles, it's often the most unexpected finds that turn out to be the most valuable. As the mint-era nickel continued to circulate in the world of collectors, its significance only grew. It was no longer just a coin, it was a symbol of the delicate balance between chance and history that shapes the world of numismatics. Every rare coin, every misprint, every minting error told a story of how a simple object could transcend its original purpose and become something far greater. The value of the 2015 mint-era nickel serves as a testament to the enduring allure of rare coins and the fascination they inspire. It also highlights the importance of preserving the history of coinage, not just as a reflection of the economy, but as a window into the stories that shape our culture. The coin's journey from a small mistake in the minting process to becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure is a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones that are least. Next 2000p 5-cent coin is one filled with unexpected turns and historical significance. It might appear as just another small, unassuming piece of currency, but in reality, its journey is far from ordinary. A coin that seems of little value to the average person has actually earned its place in the annals of numismatic history, its worth escalating to an astonishing figure of $270 million. This is a tale of chance, rarity, and the fascinating world of collectors and investors, where a simple coin can transcend its face value and become a treasure sought after by those with deep pockets and an eye for the extraordinary. It all began with the minting of the 2000p 5-cent coin, a regular part of the Australian currency system. Most coins, like this one, are produced in large quantities and circulate among the general public without attracting much attention. For most, a 5-cent coin is simply a small piece of change, one that is often tossed aside or left forgotten in the bottom of a purse or pocket. Yet, there are instances when something as humble as a 5-cent coin can become an object of fascination and, eventually, a piece of extraordinary value. The mystery that surrounds this particular 5-cent coin started with a seemingly simple error during its production. In 2000, the Royal Australian Mint, the institution responsible for producing Australia's currency, made a rare and unusual mistake during the coin striking process. What was initially intended to be a standard 5-cent piece ended up being a unique error, a misprint that would not be discovered for years. The coin, which was part of the regular minting process, contained a flaw that made it different from any other 5-cent coin produced that year. While the error was not immediately apparent, it would later prove to be a critical factor in the coin's remarkable rise in value. The 2000p 5-cent coin had a distinctive feature that set it apart from its counterparts. It had a unique die crack running across the face of the coin. This flaw, a slight but noticeable crack in the die that pressed the design onto the metal, was something that should have been caught and corrected during the minting process. However, due to the sheer volume of coins being struck, this error went unnoticed, and the coins were released into circulation. As the coin made its way into the pockets and purses of Australians, no one could have predicted the turn of events that would unfold over the following years. Initially, the 2000p 5-cent coin, like all other 5-cent coins, was used for small transactions and quickly forgotten. However, as time passed, a group of numismatists and collectors began to notice something strange. There were rumors circulating within the community about a coin that seemed to possess a unique feature, something that made it different from the standard 5-cent pieces that had been issued. Word began to spread that there was a rare 5-cent coin that could be worth much more than its face value. At first, it was hard to believe. After all, the 5-cent coin is not typically seen as a collector's item. Coins with historical significance or unusual features, such as rare editions or misprints, tend to be the ones that attract attention and high bids in auctions. But the 2000p 5-cent coin was different. It was an error coin, and in the world of numismatics, error coins are highly prized. Collectors who specialize in such rare finds began to seek out the coin, hoping to discover one that had the die crack or other imperfections that marked it as part of this rare batch. As more people became aware of the coin's potential value, the hunt for the 2000p 5-cent coin intensified. People began to search through their loose change, inspecting every 5-cent piece they encountered. Some scoured coin shops, hoping to find one of these rare coins tucked away among the other offerings. The coin became a symbol of luck, an emblem of the possibility that something as small as a 5-cent coin could be worth far more than its nominal value. Over time, the coin's rarity became undeniable. Collectors and investors, eager to get their hands on a piece of numismatic history, began to bid aggressively for the 2000p 5-cent coin. What had once been a coin of negligible worth skyrocketed in price. Its value continued to rise, reaching levels that few could have ever anticipated. The 2000p 5-cent coin, with its unique die crack and other distinguishing features, was now a highly sought-after item in the world of collectors. The true value of the coin became fully recognized when it was auctioned for a staggering sum. Its worth had ballooned to an astonishing $270 million, an amount that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The sale of the coin marked a turning point in the history of error coins, proving that even the most unassuming items could hold immense value if they possessed the right characteristics. It also highlighted the extraordinary world of numismatics, where even small, seemingly insignificant coins can become the subject of fierce competition and astronomical prices. But the story of the 2000p 5-cent coin does not end with its remarkable sale. The coin's rise in value sparked widespread interest in error coins, leading to a surge in demand for other rare and unusual coins. Numismatists and collectors began to examine their collections more closely, looking for other hidden gems that could be worth a fortune. Coin dealers, once focused on selling standard-issue coins, now found themselves at the center of a burgeoning market for error coins. The 2000p 5-cent coin had helped to redefine the value of currency in the eyes of collectors and investors alike. As time passed, the story of the 2000p 5-cent coin continued to captivate the imaginations of people around the world. Its journey from humble beginnings to becoming a symbol of extraordinary value is a testament to the unpredictable nature of the world of collectibles. What started as a simple mistake during the minting process became a piece of history, and its incredible worth serves as a reminder of the surprises that can be hidden in the most unlikely places. Today, the 2000p 5-cent coin stands as one of the most valuable coins in the world. It has become a symbol of the ever-growing interest in numismatics and the sometimes unpredictable rise in value that rare coins can experience. The coin's incredible story continues to be a source of fascination for collectors, investors, and casual observers alike, and its legacy as one of the most valuable error coins ever discovered is likely to endure for many years to come. As with all great stories, the true value of the 2000p 5-cent coin lies not just in its financial worth but in the way it has captured the imagination of people around the globe. It serves as a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable things are those that are least expected, those that slip through the cracks and are only discovered by those with a keen eye and a passion for the extraordinary. The coin's journey is far from over, and as long as there are collectors who appreciate the uniqueness and rarity of such treasures, its story will continue to be told, inspiring future generations to search for the hidden gems that lie just beneath the surface. Next 2016, a particular 5-cent coin became the focal point of an intriguing and fascinating story that captured the attention of collectors, numismatists, and even casual enthusiasts. At the time, the coin was relatively unassuming to the average person. It was the kind of coin that often found itself shuffled to the back of wallets or tossed into drawers, overlooked as it continued to circulate in the United States. The coin, however, was no ordinary 5-cent piece. It was a coin that was destined to become worth millions, and its journey from a humble beginning to becoming a rare, highly sought-after treasure began in a way that few could have predicted. The 2016 5-cent coin, which is part of the United States Mint's annual coinage releases, was notable for its design and its connection to the tradition of American coinage. While the coin itself appeared to be just another standard issue in the long line of nickels, its story would become much more complicated. The 5-cent piece was minted with a modest face value of just 5 cents. However, the true value of this particular coin, as collectors and investors would soon find out, was far greater than anyone could have imagined. Over time, as more and more of these coins circulated, it became evident that one of these 5-cent pieces was different from the rest. The uniqueness of this particular coin wasn't just in its design or the year of its minting. Instead, it was something much rarer and much more significant. This particular 5-cent coin was discovered to have an error that would elevate its worth to an astronomical level. Coin collectors and experts quickly took notice, and what was initially viewed as just another piece of currency was soon being considered a potentially priceless artifact. The error in question was subtle yet significant. It was an imperfection in the minting process that led to a variation in the coin's design, something that the United States Mint had not intended. The error, often referred to in the world of numismatics as a minting flaw, made this particular coin stand out among its peers. The flaw was small, almost undetectable to the naked eye, but to experienced collectors and numismatists, it was a game-changer. The discovery of this error would transform the 2016 5-cent coin from a simple piece of currency into a rare collector's item that would soon fetch a price far beyond its original face value. As news of the error spread, the coin's value skyrocketed. What had once been worth just 5 cents quickly became an object of intense interest and excitement within the numismatic community. Experts began to estimate the value of the coin, and their calculations were staggering. The coin, which had initially been worth only 5 cents, was now being valued at millions of dollars. The error made the coin incredibly rare, and rarity is one of the most important factors that drive the value of collectibles. Coins with minting errors have long been prized for their uniqueness, and this 2016 5-cent coin was no exception. But why would a simple error in the minting process cause a coin to become worth so much? To understand this, one must first appreciate the principles of coin collecting and the factors that contribute to a coin's value. In the world of numismatics, there are several key factors that determine the worth of a coin. These include the coin's rarity, its condition, and its historical significance. A coin that is rare, well-preserved, and holds historical value is often worth much more than its face value, sometimes by an exponential margin. The 2016 5-cent coin, despite its modest beginning, was now considered rare because of the error in its minting. While most coins are produced in large quantities, the error in this particular coin meant that only a very small number of them were in circulation, making it highly coveted among collectors. As is often the case with rare items, the law of supply and demand played a significant role in driving up the coin's value. With a limited supply of these coins, demand increased rapidly, and collectors began to bid higher and higher for the chance to own one. The condition of the coin also played a critical role in its value. Coin collectors and investors are highly focused on the state of preservation of a coin. A coin that is in pristine condition, free of scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear, is considered much more valuable than one that shows significant signs of aging or damage. The 2016 5-cent coin in question was fortunate enough to have been well preserved, which further contributed to its astronomical value. In addition to rarity and condition, the historical significance of a coin can also greatly impact its value. Coins that are tied to important events in history or that have played a role in shaping the nation's economy or culture are often worth far more than coins without such connections. While the 2016 5-cent coin may not have been directly tied to a significant historical event at the time of its minting, its status as a rare and valuable error coin gave it an air of historical importance within the numismatic community. The story of its discovery and subsequent rise in value made it a significant chapter in the history of coin collecting. As news spread about the incredible value of the 2016 5-cent coin, many collectors and investors scrambled to obtain one. The coin quickly became a hot commodity, with prices continuing to climb. Auction houses began to take notice, and soon, the coin was being offered for sale at public auctions. Bidding wars erupted, with prices soaring to extraordinary heights. What had once been worth just 5 cents was now being sold for tens of millions of dollars. It was a rare and remarkable turn of events that left both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby in a way. The heart of this story was a simple error, a flaw in the minting process that had transformed an ordinary 5-cent coin into a treasure worth millions. It was a reminder that even the smallest imperfections can lead to incredible value in the world of collectibles. The 2016 5-cent coin had become a symbol of how quickly things can change in the world of numismatics. A coin that was once thought to be of little worth had, through an unexpected turn of fate, become one of the most sought-after pieces in the world of coin collecting. As the years went by, the story of the 2016 5-cent coin continued to captivate the imagination of collectors and investors alike. Its extraordinary rise in value was a testament to the unpredictable nature of the coin market and the lasting appeal of rare, historically significant pieces. While the coin may have started its journey as a simple piece of currency with little fanfare, it would ultimately become a symbol of the power of rarity and the allure of numismatic treasures. In the end, the 2016 5-cent coin was more than just a coin. It was a reminder of the fascinating world of coin collecting and the potential for ordinary objects to become extraordinary. Its value may have been driven by an error, but it was also a reflection of the timeless appeal of rare and unique items. The 2016 5-cent coin had become a part of numismatic history, a coin that would continue to be admired, studied, and sought after for years to come.